Okay, so we're going to start and create the pair of glass candle holders starting on page 167. First thing we want to do is create our new project, of course. So we'll go to the project window and create a new project. And we're in our projects folder, so we can hit accept. So we're going to go in the front view. You can use the images that I have included on the assignment page. This just shows you the basic areas where you shape. Yours doesn't have to be exactly like this. You can get fancy with it if you want. So we're going to start create curve tool. Just want to hit this reset tool button here. Make sure we get back to the 3 cubic. And now we'll start laying out our points. So the snap to grid is on. I'll use that for my first 3 points, and then I'm going to turn it off. The first 3 points using it here will give us a nice flat bottom. So if I turn it off now, I can go just directly above. So you just want to continue up and make the shape of your jar. Try to keep your edges nice and straight. So when you want a sharp corner, you need to make 3 points real close together, one on each side of that corner point, and that will give you that nice fine point. Zoom in here a little so you can get that nice tight corner. And then we want to do the same thing right here, so we have a nice tight corner there. So now basically you just want to follow along with the points that you've already laid out, keeping that nice shape. And we can do some adjustments afterwards, so don't worry if it looks a little weird and big. So okay, so that gives us our basic shape. We want to adjust some of these points, so go ahead and hit enter to exit the CV curve tool. And we'll right click on that curve and we'll choose edit point. And we can just move some of these points around with the move tool. Hit the W key for the move tool. I'm just going to squeeze some of these in and give us a nice shape. These 2 edges right here, we want to snap these to the grid because that's our central revolve point. So oops, we don't want to do that. Control Z to undo. Turn that off. So yeah, basically we just go around until we're happy with the shape of our jar. I'm going to snap these up to grid so they're at the same place. Same with these. Go ahead and bring them down. Turn that off. And we'll do it one more time. I like to use the snap to grid because it just shows that your points or edges or whatever you're snapping are going to have nice straight edges. So you can see how the edge is adjusted moving the points. It doesn't just control that particular area, but Okay, anyway, once we have our basic shape that we like, I'm just going to stop here. We'll go to object mode, select our object, go to surfaces, revolve edit options, and I like to just reset the settings here. So we want to be in the y-axis. We want to change this to polygons. We'll change this to quads. And then for the chord height ratio, I'm going to use the less dense candle geometry that's shown on page 0.935. Most of you will want to use this unless you have a really robust computer, because this can cause some lag. And we'll change the delta to 0.06 and hit apply. And there you can see we have our nice jar shape. So that covers the first 3 steps on page 167. Okay, so if we're happy with your jar shape, we'll just go on to the lid. Go back over here to our front view. And we're going to go to the show right here. We're going to turn off polygons. That way we just see the curve and not the objects. So using the images that I included, we just want to make our basic jar shape. Don't have to get this perfect because we'll do some adjusting afterwards. So create curve tools, and I'm going to start about right here. You just want to go around and just make the basic shape. Okay, so we'll hit enter to close out the curve tool, and now we'll just adjust some of these points and get a little smoother shape. Again, here, these 2 points right here, we want to snap to this middle grid so we get a nice revolution and no gaps in our object. So snap to grid, move that over to that grid, and over like that. I'll go ahead and move this one out and turn that off again. I'm just going to see what I can do here to even some of this out. So you can see how you can create different shapes using this curve tool. It's very flexible, and which allows you to do quite a few things. I'm just going to move all of this over like that. I just want to take most of this, move it up a little. So you just continue working with your curves until you get a nice shape that you like. So once you're done, go to object mode, and we're just going to use the same revolution that we used for the jar. So we're going to go to surfaces, revolve. None of our settings have changed, so go ahead and revolve that object. Can't see it here because we turned off our show polygon, so if we go into one of the other views, there we have our jar and lid. And basically, we just want to move this up out of the way a little bit so we can get our seal in there. And you can use the image for the seal profile. Also, this is going to be a closed curve. You can see it doesn't go all the way over to that middle grid. So we're going to have to close this once we do that. So I'll show you at the end. So let's go ahead and do that. Bring our image back up. So on this one, I'm going to start at the bottom of this. Put just 4 quick points right here just to get a nice, good straight edge through there. I like the placement of that, so I'm going to go a little closer and make a nice corner, like so. And like I said, we'll do some adjusting once we get our finer points down. Let's just get your basic shape, and we'll adjust it from there. Hit enter, close the tool. We're just going to edit some of these points and move some stuff around here. It's a little thick right here, so just grab this row and just move them all over. So let's see if we can move this one to create more. There we go, flat edge on that side. Do some minor adjusting. These probably need to come out a little. And once you got your basic shape, just go back to object mode. We're going to go to curves, and we're just going to click this open and close. That closes our curve there. And now we're just going to use the surfaces revolve tool just as we did the other 2 objects. Same settings. And as I said, we got to go to a different view because our polygon is turned off. And it'll be hard to see, but it's in there. So I'm going to move this one out of the way. Modify, center pivot. I'm just going to move that up out of the way. So you can see our seal, it's black, and it talks about this in the book, which is an easy fix. So we're just going to go to mesh display and reverse, and that will flip the normals on the object, making it how we want it to be. And there's our 3 basic objects. I'm going to go ahead and save this scene. Save scene as.